Can you use the free version of DaVinci Resolve to edit, color grade, and deliver a video project? Yes, you can. I've been shooting with Blackmagic cameras for over 10 years, and when you buy a Blackmagic camera, they give you a free license of the studio version. So for the past few days on my laptop, I have only used the free version, and I wanted to break down what are the features that I miss. I am someone who uses DaVinci Resolve every day. Let's start first with the free version. The free version is not a light version. You can use that as a full editor. You're not limited to how much time your file's output is. There are no watermarks. If you're doing just basic cuts, it will do the job for you. Even with color grading, if you're using the wheels and the curves and LUTs, even exporting your file, and there's no time limit. You can do 4K, although technically it's UHD, which is 3840. Your highest frame rate that you can export in the free version is a project at 60 frames per second. Now, this doesn't mean that if you're shooting at 120 frames per second to slow it down for a 24 or 30 frames per second timeline, you can do that. But as far as outputting a project over 60 frames per second, that's where the first difference comes into play. Another thing that the free version can do is handle raw files. DaVinci Resolve is a great tool for working in BRAW, ProRes RAW. There's a separate raw file color grading tab that allows you to do a color space transform and just work within that raw file before you even get to the main color grading tab. So now we get into some of the features that the studio version has that the free version doesn't have. I want to stick to the ones that I use as a solo filmmaker, solo creator. So let's start with number one, and that is voice isolation or voice noise reduction. A lot of the work that I do is interview based, and I'm clipping a lavalier mic on someone, I'm using a shotgun mic. Having that tool has been huge, especially when we've been outside and people are yelling, cars are honking their horns, planes are flying over. And it just gives you so much flexibility to cut everything out and still keep the voice sounding natural to a degree, or scaling that back a little bit so that you just have maybe enough background noise in there without it overpowering the audio. The next feature that I like is the auto captions. This is for making short videos. I used to use Opus Clip, and Opus Clip will reframe your widescreen video. It'll put up the dancing animated text. I stopped using it because it was just, I feel like I can do that myself and have control over what short I'm making. Next up is IntelliScript. What that does is it takes a video file that has audio on it and transcribes your audio to text. You're basically doing editing on a text file, and then it's dumping that cut into your timeline. It does give you the option. You can go in and fix it. It's not like you're stuck with that, but it has saved me a lot of time in editing long interviews and also just creating shorter segments from full interviews where I can go into that script, look for the part that I need, and export it to the timeline. There are two different features that kind of do the same thing in Studio, and that's noise reduction with video. Noise reduction when it comes to video, which is sort of that graininess that you get in your video files, and then the super scale for images that you want to present in HD or 4K. Now, this next feature is not something that I use a lot, but I know a lot of you do use, and that's the Magic Mask. So what Magic Mask can do is, without having to go in and rotoscope every single frame to highlight a person, whether it's the person's face, an object, if you wanted to isolate that for some reason, whether it was to change the color grade on it, to add some background blur, to make that subject or object stand out, to change the color, there's unlimited possibilities of what you can do with Magic Mask. And that's only on the studio version. With encoding, decoding, transcoding files, the acceleration is slightly better on the studio version. Now, that's also going to depend on your computer's processor. There are a ton of other features that the studio version has. The ones that I listed are the ones that I use on a daily basis or at a high percentage. So I'd love to know what features in the studio version are you using? Which ones didn't we cover in here that are important to you? Leave me a comment, and come on over to the Blackmagic site. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. Take care.